Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Watch Darius TV. I'm back with another review, and this one is of You, Season 4, Episode 9, She's Not Here. If you like the show You, I will be doing a review of every episode on this channel, so like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you like Netflix's You. So let's begin with this review. Alright, so this is another crazy episode. This season has been really good. I did not even expect a whole twist and turns have been going on with Joe, basically being the main antagonist. I was not expecting that to happen this season. I like the way they're bringing it back to what the show was originally about. That Joe is not a good guy. This dude is a killer, and I like the fact they're bringing it back to what this is originally about. So I like the way they did a whole twist and turns. But let's get into this review. Okay, so the episode starts with Joe going into, his abandoned building, the one that looks like it's from one of them Saw movies. And he finally sees Marianne, and he's sort of in his right mind now. Basically, when he finally introduces her, he's no longer sort of going around with his Reese alter ego. So Marianne begs to be let out and to see her daughter again. Reese tells Joe he has to head to the party, and Nadia basically was hiding from at the end of the previous episode when Nadia finally finds Marianne. So she's hiding to make sure she's not another one of Joe's victims. Nadia says it's the best idea to kill Joe, which is what she tells Marianne. And Marianne says that actually she would want to kill Joe. So, she ends up deciding to have this plan where they want to, I believe, drug him, I think it was. And Marianne was going to end up stabbing him. So basically, Nadia spends most of the episode trying to find this drug to be able to give, I think to tranquilize or maybe to kill Joe. I forgot, I'm not going to lie. But basically, we know that Marianne wants a knife so she can end up, getting Joe up out of here. So Kate is getting more tired of Adam. She definitely doesn't seem like she's interested in marrying this man at all. Kate asks Phoebe. Kate is getting more and more tired of Adam, and she basically doesn't want Phoebe to marry him. Kate asks Phoebe not to, marry Adam, and Phoebe tells Kate off, and tells her to just basically leave. So she, doesn't want to listen to what Kate is saying. Reese tells Joe to check his freezer, and he finds a gun, and he got from killing Vic, and tells him that he's going to have to kill Marianne. So basically, you got Reese trying to tell Joe he has to kill Marianne, and Nadia ends up talking to Marianne about having to kill Joe. So they both basically are plotting to kill the other in some form or fashion. So there's that. Joe is clearly at war with his own mind, as you can see in this season, because he's been going through some, serious split alter ego things going on here this season. So he's warring basically with himself with this Reese alter ego that he was originally looking up to. So now this person he looked up to is now an antagonist. So there's that. Joe plans on leaving town, but his plans are definitely going to have a monkey wrench in him, I believe. He's not just going to be able to just leave town. He's just not going to happen. That's my predictions for the next episode. Something's going to happen where he's definitely going to be thrown out of whack, and he's not going to be able to just leave, Britain and be able to just run off after, basically killing off a lot of people there. While at the party, at this, I guess, wedding or pre-party to the wedding or something like that, Joe and Phoebe talk, and then Adam and Kay come in, and Phoebe starts to cry. Basically, Joe was trying to find some way to talk Phoebe out of marrying Adam. That ends up not working well, and Adam basically tells him to leave. So there's that. Kate is still curious to know what Joe said to Phoebe at the party from earlier in the season, but he doesn't seem to remember, of course, because his, I guess, alter ego was taking over at the time. Joe pretty much says his goodbyes to an unknowingly. Joe ends up having a scene in this episode where he pretty much says goodbyes to Kate, who just doesn't know that he's planning on leaving. So they have that scene, and of course Reese is pretty much telling him, you should sleep with her and quit with all of this lovey-dovey stuff. But there's that scene, and then they play that trampoline song by that group. I forgot their name. I'm not gonna lie, but I used to love that song though. But I'm happy they played that song. I love that song. But anyway, um, Phoebe seems to regret marrying Adam. She just completely looked like she's completely out of her mind. Obviously, this woman is unstable and got certain mental issues going on, so she ends up marrying him. You can tell on her face that she totally regrets it, and he's just having the time of his life because he's thinking about the money, and he's on some Kevin Federline type stuff we see. So yeah, Phoebe has a mental breakdown after the wedding, and Adam is in charge of everything basically. And Tom Lockwood tells Kate he wants her to take over his company. So we have that whole scene going on where they seem like they're rekindling, rebuilding their relationship, father and daughter, Tom Lockwood and Kate. Joe gets back to Marianne from text messages on her phone. He sees, since she basically went MIA, that she's losing custody of her daughter. And they think that she's relapsed, and Reese says he should kill Marianne. And Marianne basically wants to die because, she hasn't relapsed and she really wants to see her daughter. So just to show that Joe's obsession has completely ruined so many lives, including the new woman that he, really had a huge crush on, that he really seemed to love. His insanity then destroyed her life. So Nadia gets caught with a blade by one of the security guards while, after she was able to end up getting the ketamine from her boyfriend slash friend zone guy or whatever. So that didn't go well for her. Side note, how is Marianne? I was always curious. How is Marianne able to go to the bathroom being locked up in a cell? I just, any type of I do see a can in there. I'm assuming she's, I don't know, I guess relieving herself in a can, and then also we're dealing with a woman here, so I wonder how does she handle when she has certain, women issues? How is that handled when she's stuck in a cell? I mean, is he buying her toiletries and all this other stuff? Like, how in the world is she able to sit up and be in the cell like that? I mean, man, but I don't know. I guess plenty of other characters are able to be in themselves for a longer period of time, so I don't know. But anyway, so let's get back to review. So Joe seems to have forgotten the code to the cell when he gets back there, and Marianne drinks her coffee that he gave her, and that he brought her, and it has peanut oil in it, and she has an allergic to reaction to this peanut oil, and she ends up passing out from trying to breathe, and he struggles to get into the cell. I originally thought that Reese may have spiked it when he was based on those sleeping pills he used to drown out Reese, but yeah, so Gemma pops up in Joe's head. He ends up sort of just having, I guess, another mental breakdown or something like that going on here. He's just, or no, this was from when he popped those pills. He fell asleep, but he doesn't know that he's not awake. And he goes through a nightmare of his exes, basically. Gemma pops up in his mind, who's not an ex, but pops up in her mind demanding an apology while Marianne is dying. She says he won't do what needs to be done. Then Joe ends up in this like weird type of fantasy funeral. We see a reunion of Beck. She's back again. She's on the stage in this like weird fantasy funeral going on here. That was a TV show. I'm sure we'll probably see Love Quinn because I already saw previews of her that she'll be back, and of course we do see her. And all the women in this like fantasy funeral classroom just disappear when we get to Beck. He's basically being haunted by his past, while he's trying to save this woman that he claims to love, and it's just basically a callback to all the lives he's ruined. Even Love, even though Love was a psycho, but he just ruined so many lives because of his obsession. And like I said, Love pops up in this weird dream that he's in and tells Joe to basically off himself, because that's the only way to fix all the lives that he's ruined. Joe wakes up to Reese and tells him he will be free of Marianne and pretty much get rid of himself. Joe wants to talk Joe out of doing this, but Joe is just basically not trying to listen to this guy at all. And Adam's cheating on Phoebe as always, and he's already ordered some type of dominatrix and like these two guys to give him another one of those golden shower type deals going on. But instead, they turn the tables on him and pull out knives and get him up out of here. And that was all, we found out that was all set up by Tom Lockwood. Because basically, Kate tells him that, Adam has been causing so much drama and, he's playing Phoebe. So he decides to take it upon himself to hire some people to get Adam up out of here. So there's that. So, that character is finally gone. And let me see, like when Lockwood tells Kate, we also going to find out that Lockwood tells Kate how he's been helping her this whole time since she's been where she's been at in life, helping her with pulling strings and getting things done for her with his wealth and success the whole time. He's basically a real life serial dad, as we can see, like the movie. And he lets her know he basically owns her. So that kind of seemed like it might sour their relationship a little bit, knowing that he just feels that he has some type of ownership over his own daughter. But wow, I don't know. Maybe is he some type of necessary evil? I don't know. But he's definitely a very powerful antagonist. Going to be much more difficult for Joe to deal with. That's for sure. Nadia ruins her relationship with her guy friend in order to save Marianne. So we can see she was so focused on trying to help Marianne. I get it, but she seemed to have this strained relationship with the guy she was sort of dating. I even forgot his name, but that relationship sort of is souring. But then again, she has to save Marianne, so there's that. I don't know if that relationship is going to ever really rekindle. And then we find out Marianne actually does end up relapsing when Joe comes back, and she's passed out. So that's the episode ends. This episode was really good. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of stuff going on right before the season finale of this season. Um, Good episode. I'm trying to think of some quick theories I think is going to happen. I don't think Joe's going to be able to get out of Britain so easily. He got too many things pushing against him, like Tom Lockwood possibly, and maybe Marianne possibly dying, and it's just too much going on. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out this season. This out of Britain basically, and of course I don't see him offing himself, you know. But this was a good This was a good episode. I can't really think of a whole lot of reviews, but this was a good episode though. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of stuff I wasn't expecting. But yeah, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video for all things on Netflix. And yeah, thank you for watching my video. This episode was really good. I like the twists and turns.